Hello, my name is Ng and welcome to still my sixth tutorial. But in this tutorial, we're going to look at more on operators in Java. So let me get rid of this. In the last tutorial, I showed you all these normal arithmetic operators. So in this case, in this tutorial, I'm going to show you more on operators. And the first operator we're going to look at is the remainder operator. Let me put a comment here. The remainder operator, and here basically to use or to write the remainder operator, we say something like this. Let's say when you divide 9, first of all, int, let me call it up double P. You can call yours anything you want to call it, then add your equal sign. I can say 9. When you divide 9 by, you put your percentage sign. Now this operator here is a remainder operator when you divide 9 by 5. And let's end this thing with a semicolon. Now what I'm saying here is this: I created a variable of type int which I called up. Then I now said when you divide 9 by 5, get the remainder. When 5 divide 9, get the remainder. So this thing here, this operator here is remainder. This is how to write the remainder operator in Java. So let me output this thing and say sysout, control space, and Eclipse is gonna complete the word. Let's put OP here. So it's going to print out the remainder when 5 divide 9. So the remainder is 4. For clarity, let me just add another word here. The remainder is, and let's add the plus sign. I'm just concatenating this to the string and this variable of type integer. So the remainder is 4. So this is how to use the remainder operator. You first of all state the type of your variable, then give it the name, then you assign this value. You assign this operation rather. We're using the equal sign. Then I said 9. When you divide 9 by 5, print out the remainder. So this is the remainder operator. This is how to use it. Now the next one I want us to look at is the increment. Now there is operator in Java which is called which is used to increment a value. Now let me write a comment here. Increment. And let me create a value and I'll call it value this time around, and I'll assign 5 to it. And let's print out this thing first. Let's say sysout, control space. Now let's print out this value. Now let me add additional word here for clarity. The value is, and add the equals and plus sign. Let's print out this thing. So you see the value is 5. Now let's say I want to increment this 5 by 1. I could write something like this. I could say this value 5, and I could say plus 1, and of course you already know the answer. It's going to print 6. Now instead of doing this thing like this, I can just come here and say this value is 5, and I'll come here and say value plus plus and end this statement with a semicolon. Now if I print this thing, it's going to increment this 5 by 1, so it's going to also print out 6, which is thanks to this operator here, plus double plus sign. It is used to increment a value by 1. So this is just to increment a value by 1 by using this, putting this plus sign, double plus sign after your variable name, and I'll put in it using the system.out.println. So this is going to print out, as you can see here, it has already incremented this thing by 1. The initial value was 5, but instead of writing 5 plus 1, you can just say 5 value plus plus, and it's going to increment it by 1. Then there's also another one which is used to decrement a value. Let's put another, let's declare another, let's write another comment here, and let me call it decrement. And here let me create a variable of type integer, and let me call it value father. You can call yours anything you like, but I'm calling this one father. So I can say here father is equals to 8. Just put any value you want. The best way to follow this my tutorial is always try, when you're learning this thing, always try to follow what I'm doing, and you can try to change some of all this and try your own value and all the stuff, just to see what you will get. Now I call this variable father is of the type int, and I give it a value of 8. Instead of saying 8 minus 1, which is going to give me CSR control space father, put father there. Let me also add extra information, like I always like to do. The value of father is audio plus sign to concatenate this thing. So I've added concatenate this word, then plus this variable of type int. So let's run this thing. It's going to give me 7, of course. 8 minus 1 is 7. Then instead of writing this thing like this, I can as well do something like this, and just come here and say father minus minus, and end this with a semicolon. Now it's going to also print the same 7. So this is how to decrement by putting 2 minus sign. So this thing here, this double minus sign, is also an operator in Java. This is a decrement operator. Now we also have something like, we also have other operators, which something you can, something like this. Let's say number 1 equal number 2. Now of course this thing is going to show me error, but for emphasis, this thing here is also an operator used to check if 2 value is equal. This one is equal operator, equivalent to a normal equal in mathematics. This one is to check if these 2 value is the same. We have some other operators. We have greater than. We have, this is the let me call this one less than, which is like this. This operator here is less than. We also have another one. Let me put it as comments, greater than in Java, which is like this, Now we have the one we call greater than equal to, which is written something like this. This one is greater than or equal to. We also have less than or equal to, which is something like this. I'm putting this thing as a comment. So we have so many operators. In the course of this tutorial, we're going to be making use of some of all these things, but it's good you also on your own go and check Google about operators we have in Java. So these are some other operators. We also have so many operators. So in the next as we go along the tutorial, we're going to learn more. So that's it for this tutorial. See you in the next video.